Welcome back to All Access. I'm Sandra Hilla, and joining me for Rowan Roundtable are Whit Marcelin and Chris Alvarez, members of the football team. Thank you for being here with us, gentlemen. So congrats on your season. You guys ended up winning the NJAC conference. Tell me a little bit about that.
It was a great feeling knowing that all the hard work we put in throughout the year can come together for us to win a trophy. You see the championship that we get, but there's a lot more behind it where we went through a lot of adversity this year, and for it all to come together at the end of the year means a lot.
Mm-hmm. Chris, you're a senior. Where do you feel you've grown the most over the past 4 years?
As being part of Rowan football, I've definitely grown with dealing with adversity a lot. And like my whole character as a man, I felt like when I came in, I wasn't really the best man I should be. And then with the 4 years and the whole process of how football is, it just made me a better person and a better football player in just everything in all aspects.
Tell the viewers one or two of your favorite moments from your career as a prof.
Always the most memorable thing when you come to play Rowan football is your first day meeting the coaches and having an entire team meeting. So once we broke up into offense and defense, I had Coach Nansetta yelling at us, and I didn't even play for this program ever. And I'm just sitting there like, why are you yelling at me? Like, I didn't even do anything. He's just yelling at the entire defense. And then I go to the next room, and then you got my D-line coach, which was Coach Williams at the time, just yelling. And I'm just like, what is this? Like, you can't do that to me. I didn't even do anything.
It's a little nerve-wracking.
Yeah, like so nerve-wracking. And then like my second favorite thing was when we beat Wesley at home, and then we upset them because they were ranked number 11th. And that was just a crazy game, a really crazy game. And that's something I'm just going to remember for the rest of my life.
Are you proud of your final season?
Yeah, I'm very proud. It wasn't what I wanted it to be, or what we expected it to be, winning the national championship and going further in the playoffs. But to deal with what we went through and winning a conference championship and winning back-to-back and going to the playoff for 3 straight years, that's an accomplishment itself that a lot of people can't even say they've been a part of. So, yeah, I'm very, very proud of my final season.
Yeah, you guys have been killing it the past few seasons. Now, which game do you feel was the biggest challenge for the team?
I would say the Mooresville game coming into it. We saw that as one of the big ones because it was a really good offense that we were playing, and up to that point, our own offense wasn't doing too well. We were struggling a little bit, so we knew that facing a good team like that, we all had to put it together, which we did. We came out with a win that game. Defense played great, got a shutout with one of the best offenses in the country, so we met the challenge well.
Well, you were named the All-Conference first team for the second straight season. What do you feel has contributed to your success?
Definitely the coaches and the other 10 people on the field blocking for me. Without everybody doing their job and blocking, I get blocking from the quarterback to the offensive line, from the wideouts, and they all do a great job. So it makes things like that easy where the yards and the touchdowns all are from them. So without them, I couldn't have done it.
In your final game against Johns Hopkins, which was finishing 24-16, what were some of your feelings going into that game?
Like me being a senior, could have been my last game if we would never have won. And when you go into the playoffs, that's the cream of the crop. Every mistake you do is amplified to another level against great teams, and they were ranked number 6. So every turnover, they capitalized on it. Every missed play or big play, they capitalized it. So coming into that game, it was a lot of we had to play on point every single time because every mistake in the playoffs just gets magnified, and you could lose off 1 or 2 plays.
Whit, out of the multiple records that you broke this season, which one is the most meaningful to you?
I would say the career 100-yard rushing games. The record was 11. I think I finished the year with 13 or something like that. And that's meaningful to me because that just shows that I've been consistent over my career and being able to play at a high level since I first got here and since I got named the starting running back. So being able to have a career record means a lot.
Now, I heard you do a little dance at the end of when you get a touchdown. Can you show us a little bit of
that? Yeah, it's a handshake that I have with one of my teammates. And you've probably seen it's the Shmoney dance, so we just hit that in the end zone after most touchdowns.
It gets you a little hype.
Yeah.
Out of all the games, which game do you feel the team had the most confidence?
I felt Mooresville was the game we had the most confidence in because in the beginning to the end of that whole game, all 3 phases of Rowan football played spectacular. And holding that offense, was just top 10 in the whole country, to barely nothing, and they scored 0 points. I felt like that was the most confident game we went into because we saw them on film. We knew we can attack them in certain areas, and we knew we could win that game. and really we went in there and we dismantled their whole team.
What are some of your expectations for your senior year?
We know that, especially in the NJAC, there's a lot of changes. There's teams coming into the NJAC that are really good. We have Wesley coming into the conference, Christopher Newport coming into the conference, Salisbury, all top teams in the country. So my expectation is, since we know there's changes coming in the conference and in the team, for everybody to buy in, for us to be all in and have confidence into this next year, because I know how I'm coming into it. I'm ready to put my life on the line this next season because, like Chris said, it's your last, and you want to know that you did your best. So I just want everybody to be on the same page, have 125 guys with the same vision, and when you can do that, it's scary.
Chris, can you give Whit, your teammates, and incoming freshmen like a few words of encouragement or advice?
What I came in and what I would give them leaving is that every play it like it's your last, and every practice you go into, play like it's your last, and you win games in practice, not on game day. If you do the right things during practice and you go hard on Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday into the game, you're going to be well prepared and do what you got to do. And if you think you practice more than you play, so you got to buy in and do what you got to do in practice more than the games, because it all will come and show together in the game. So that's the one thing, like, emphasize practice, because practice makes perfect.
Well, that is all the time we have for Roundtable. I'd like to thank my guests, Chris Alvarez and Whit Marsland, for being here. After the break, Pete and Maria will have the updates on the ice hockey teams, so stay tuned to more All Access.